tonight, to be able to be in eye contact with you and that we could have fellowship together. This is Ruth Polston, and I'm speaking for the life that wins and my dear husband now in heaven. And so tonight I just kind of, with Greg here, we arranged a little thought. I thought maybe you'd like to see where I live. And so he's going to show you a bit of my apartment, which I enjoy. Now this is just the living room. You don't get to see the bedrooms. One here and one is half here. And okay, it's all full of stuff. And then, of course, the kitchen. But here we are, just in the Christmas part of it. And we sure are full of the Christmas spirit. Okay. Well, did you enjoy the tour? I hope you did. I wish you were here and we could have a little cup of coffee and maybe a cookie and just talk all the good days that we're having. Today, I just felt like I'm going to talk to you with a little Christmas letter. And I'm going to read it to you because you're in it. Now, I don't have your names. That would be too much of a thing. But I do have the times of my personal history where you have had a change, an aha. Now, do you know what an aha is? Aha is something that happens either suddenly or over a span of time, or a time of history that was a definite change. And I can't think of anybody any more than the ones that are listening tonight that have had a definite time of aha in my life. So I'm going to read to you, and you'll see where you fit, okay? This is your Christmas letter now. I have a lot of ahas in my life, which brought about permanent change. And it helped me to define who I was. Many of the moments have been because I was standing on the shoulders of someone else. And sometimes those people are now with the Lord. I had read and feasted on their books, which brought aha changes until their truths became my very own. In the Bible, in Hebrews 11, it blessed me beyond all words as I worked out my own faith journey with fear and trembling. First one, but many of my aha moments came from those that are yet alive. Was it I who tutored them, or was it they who tutored me? It probably was both. Christmas is a time to say thank you. Thank you for your investment into my life. Now, the most contributors with ahas have come from my own family. They knew me best, and they loved me anyway. And there were lots of anyways. And you know what? They are both cheerleaders and tutors in my life. If I know what to do in a given situation, I call my children. Number two, okay. A single thank you is inadequate for the heroes of our 4 pastorates. One pastorate alone being 30 years. So anyway, it actually, we experienced them in epic proportions. And you know what I'm saying. Their cause and ours were the same. And together they became his. It was his cause. And it was easy to say, you go there and call on those people. You take them out to eat today because they're brand new. It was their church. Oh, it was so lovely because they felt that very much. In fact, sometimes people said when they walk in them, I know where you go to church. And they knew it just by the expression. They were fulfilled because it was their church. So the next one that I have here was that we went to the finish line. You don't start with heroes without going to the finish line, because you're working with the Alpha and the Omega. He's the beginning and he's the end. Well, we're somewhere in the middle, or maybe a lot closer to the finish line. But you know, wherever you are at this stage, I know that you're pursuing hot, and one day you'll pass over the finish line that we're all hoping and expecting and believing for. All right, the next one. There were many in our weekly ministry in the revival in Indianapolis. When we left our church, we were lonely. So my husband said, I have to get out of here and do what I know. I knew what that was. People were working on our house. So we went up to talk to the roofers. And then he went down to talk to the people in the basement. And then he went and talked to them here. And little by little, he came home to himself. And home meant to himself that he was winning people to Jesus Christ. And out of that came a dear, dear convert to Jesus. And he started a Matthew meeting in his home. And from there, he invited his friends, his entrepreneur friends. And it was so delightful that he said, invite us. So we came. And we all had such a wonderful time. We said, why don't we do this every week? So that's what we did for 17 years. And they will tell you that they were wonderful times. And they have fanned out now, and they're making other places very rich from their own personal flow. The next one I have is, I love my new friends. I am so thankful for the others. But you know, if I hadn't have found some here, how lonely I would have been. And I had the ones that were here when we pastored for 30 years. However, I found friends at Friendship Village. And they have so welcomed me and made my living here so enjoyable. I told somebody tonight when we were eating together at the table, I never hear one complaint on this place. And I don't either. I mean, I love the fact that somebody serves me food when I sit down. Everything tastes good if I don't have to fix it. And I don't. So the next one that I want to say, I must say thank you for the heroes that helped me find my way when my husband died. Because that took a little time for me. I had to find out who I was and not who I was the wife of. And that was difficult because we did everything as a team. But you never let me down. You were there, you were there, you were there in the kitchen. Some came to my bedroom and they ministered to my needs over and over in every way. I will never forget it as long as I live. And I had to say once again, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, if you did not find your name among the many heroes today, you said, well, where do I come in? I'm sure you could find yourself in there somewhere, but if you don't, it's because there are so many heroes. I couldn't even begin to tell my story. But you know who you are. And with all of my heart, I thank you for such a wonderful bond of friendship. Now, we've talked about ahas that have become sight. But I tell you what, we're great. We've got a reservation in for the great aha gathering to be with our precious Lord. And there we shall forever, never say goodbye, but Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you all from Ruth Ann. And once again, the mailing is dhpol@gmail.com. Merry Christmas. God bless.